Hello and welcome to the Pressure Night review of Kenner T2 Exploding T1000 from 1991. And as you can see, it is the Robert Patrick T1000, a half metal, half flesh with the blade arm. And before we take a look at the figure, we will look at his accessories. And what his first accessory, I've seen it called a grease gun. Mine is broke, the peg on the side is broke. You don't exactly know what this is, but if you watch a lot of reviews, they will say that he can only hold his weapons sideways, letting it to kind of slide into his hand. It is a bit difficult to slide it in because of the shape of his hand. You can kind of see there, it's not very open. You just want to... Yeah, you want to slide it in. You have the angle piece in, you just want to slide it in this way. And then rotate it, and there you go. And he holds it rather well, it's pretty stiff, and then you want to take it out, rotate this little screwdriver piece back, slide it out, and there you are. And he does kind of suffer from that pre-post battle stance leg like the original Ninja Turtles did, so he doesn't stand all that well. I mean, he stands fine, just you gotta kind of get him in the right position. Next up is this rifle, which is a pretty decent looking rifle. I'm not sure if it's modeled after a real gun or not. I'm not familiar with guns, but the same way you get it in your hand, you slide it in, and then you have to slide it in. Yeah. Sorry, this is just really awkward. You gotta take the clip, make sure the magazine makes sure it's over his hand, slide it in, rotate it, and sorry about that. My cat's trying to join in here. And there you go. You can hold his gun rather well. I mean, he holds it pretty well. That rattling is actually his torso. And then you want to take it out, rotate it, slide it out, lift it out. Alright, and next up is the steel beam, which he did use in the movie to kind of bash Arnie. Now, one of the only ways I found him to hold, you want to slide that in there like that. And he kind of braces it against himself, so you kind of get him, he doesn't hold it all that well. But you can kind of get it wedged in there to where he holds it decently, but he's not going to hold it very well. No matter where you kind of have him holding it, he doesn't hold it as well as, I wish he did. But, yeah, that's it for accessories. And I don't really have any other T1000 to compare him to. I don't have any of the Terminator figures nearby. But he stands about 5.5. Just adjust my camera. And for articulation-wise, he's one of the very few figures in the Terminator line that the gimmick does not affect his articulation at all. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. And please excuse my dog crying in the background. She's fine. She just saw the cat, and she's trying to get into the room with the cat. But this arm can also do a full 360. Legs can't go back, at all because of the shape of the thigh. It's straight, but I can kick forward all the way. Both of them, and yeah, so pretty standard articulation for figures of this time and this line. My autofocus is like way off right now. There we go. So, and really nice details. You got the pocket and then wrinkles in the pants and in the boots. Not a whole lot of paint, but lots of lovely detail, and you can kind of see how the texturing is kind of taking over the metal like he did in the movie. How it looks like it's kind of flowing over, and it's actually sculpted. There's actually a ridge right here, so it's actually sculpted out from this. So it's actually the metal is actually recessed, so it feels like the texturing is really going over the metal. But yeah, and since he has the exploding T1000, you have the button on his lower back, and you don't push it in like you think. You actually push it down, and he blows into multiple pieces. And there's not really there's no detailing on the inside there. You can kind of just see the sculpted in pieces. Not a whole lot there until you look at his actual body, or his torso, which actually has some nice liquid metal design going on there. It makes it look like he's liquefied. And if you take his head and rotate it, it looks like he's just all liquid metal and he's just a puddle. So if you're laying down like this, to take pictures or something, it looks like he's just a pile of liquid metal. But yeah. a decent likeness to Robert Patrick. You know, not the greatest, but given the time. And then to put them back together, you just want to take the kind of metallic arm on the right, the blade arm, and there are little clips, so they just kind of slide on there. You want to take it, and this one does not hold together as well as my other one. You can kind of see he's really loose. I got this guy for 20 bucks because he came with all of his accessories, and he is complete. I took the better parts from both of the T1000s that I had and put them together. But yeah, if you can find him, he's pretty decent. He does have a lot of flaws. You know, this blade arm is a little bit short, and the way it's angled, his arm is almost at this boomerang kind of shape. So it's very difficult to get him in kind of a stabbing pose, while this arm is... If the bladed arm was positioned more like this, where it was more outward, the forearm was more jutting out, my focus is like all over the place every time I do this. I don't know what it is. I mean, it doesn't... I don't know. As soon as I take my hands out of the picture, it'll focus beautifully. As soon as I bring my hands in, the focus just goes crazy. But... And there's my cat in the litter box. But really, this arm back here was positioned more like this, so you get him in more of a stabbing pose, because right now you can't really get him. I just have him posed on the shelf like this in front of my T800 endoskeleton, the Techno Punch endoskeleton, and Secret Weapon Terminator, which I will be reviewing. And I do have the, I believe it's the Future War Hidden Power Terminator coming in the mail, and the Blaster T1000 also coming in the mail soon. I will be taking a look at both of those along with the Secret Weapon Terminator. But for the most part, this guy and I believe the Blaster T1000 are the only ones that I have all of or most of their parts. Like I said, the only problem with this guy is the peg's broken on the side. But still, the T1000 you really rarely ever saw using weapons in the movie other than his handgun, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, this has been Impression Night review of the T1000 Exploding from Kenner, Exploding T1000 from Kenner. Comment if you liked, comment on what you liked, what I could do better. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you like it, and just a reminder, the poll that was posted on my T800 endoskeleton will be going until this coming Thursday, because I know my uploading was a little bit off on that one, but it'll be going until this upcoming Thursday for your chance to vote on the next review. And if you'd like, comment on down below whatever figure you say, hey, look at this figure, or take a look at this one, and I'll try to review it if it's not too expensive. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next week with my Secret Weapon Terminator review.